Hi guys! So this is a little new yoga class to add to your collection. Today's class is a little bit different than the others. It's called Strong Yoga. I have built up the class in 3 different parts. With it first as vinyasa, just to warm up the body. Then we're gonna break the flow and really concentrate on building strength in the body. So to strengthen our muscles as we unfortunately becomes wiser and older, we lose muscle mass. That's well known. We lose till 3% of our muscles per year. Especially us yogis, we have a tendency to enjoy a good stretch and hang a little bit into our joints and our ligaments, which is not especially beneficial for our long-term health. So we want to have an open body, we want to spread the energy out, but we need to be able also to find the strength and the center, the length inwards. So that's why building muscles is also very important into the yoga practice. Not only to feel better physically, but it also has a very important impact into our cognitive health, our mental health. Blood, the muscle sends certain hormones in the blood, which is going to really help the brain to function better. You will maybe notice as you practice yoga, afterwards you're much more fresh, you're much more aware, you maybe remember things more clearly, and that's due especially to the hormones floating through, from the muscle, through your blood, into your brain. So that's a bit the idea behind this class, a little bit unconventional, starting, as I said, with the vinyasa, warming up the body, moving with the fascia, and then we're going to break, do 5 to 6 a little bit more boring exercises which are especially concentrating on strength, and then we're going to finish the class with a little bit of a calm yin yoga before we lie into shavasana and maybe do some meditation. For today's class you need 2 blocks. Make sure you have at least one. The 2 you can maybe switch between and give the block to one another as we move on. Okay, so I invite you to stand up on your mat and we're going to start moving the fascia first. So we're just going to start bouncing, not lifting the toes off the floor, but just having a little bit of a bounce in the heels, between the heels and the mat. That's the only action which is happening in the body. The arms are staying really fluid and hanging down. You can relax your belly, relax your bottom, and just let it bounce. Ideally, let your breath float freely. You're going to do that a good minute. So as we use very little muscle, we allow our blood to release and flow better through our fascia, which is like the spider net around the body, supporting everything together. Bounce a little bit more. And slowly come back into a neutral position. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Feel and observe. And then we're going to start swinging the arms. So you can open your eyes again. We're going to swing the arms from the right to the left. Very simply. So we're going to ease as well into the knees. And maybe let the upper body and the knees float slightly with the movement. You can keep the head forward, or you can, if you don't get too dizzy, look from the right to the left at the same time that your knees are moving. Good. As we do this, we're going to lift a knee. So when the left arm is in front, we're going to lift the right knee. Left arm, right knee, right arm, left knee. Just basically twisting towards your knee who is coming up. Good. And then we just do it a little bit more actively, meaning we are mainly concentrating on lifting the knees, and the arms are just using the swing of the movement and the gravity to go from front to back. Again, fantastic for the fascia, for the flow. Using your breath and your eyes. And we do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And then let your legs relax, let your arms swing down. And then take another moment of stillness. Good. Final flow for our fascia. This time you're going to circle the arms. So you're going to bring your left arm forward, your right arm back. Bring the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Cross and then open them to the other side. So we just keep the arms crossing. One goes forward, one goes backward. They cross up and then lower down. So that's going to be the movement of our arms. As you know, I like to add some stuff. So as we do this, each time that the arms are meeting up, we're going to lift the right leg up, and right leg up, and right leg up. So find the flow. Take a moment to find the coordination of the movement. If you do that for the first time, it's a little bit confusing at first, but once you have it in your body, it feels really good. So we concentrate only, once the movement is in, into the lift of the right knee. The knees are easy and soft as the right leg goes down. Maybe you see I shift my weights each time on the left side, right and left, right and left, right and left. Then we do 4 more. And then release slowly the movement. 2 sides, we go right away to the other side. This time the right arm comes in front, the left arm goes back, cross the arm above, and switch. And then we do that with the left knee coming up. And left knee. So when your arms are up, you're twisting towards the left side, towards your left leg. Ease into the knees. A little playful. Here again, we are twisting, lengthening the fascia. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. So I don't know about you guys, but I already feel nice and warm in the body. Slow down your breath, feel your center in your feet. Good. And then walk into the back of your mat. Simply just let your head drop down and roll your back all the way down until your hands meet the floor. Bend your knees, walk your hands into the mat and find your tabletop position. A little different than usual, we're going to bring the arms in front of the shoulders, so we're not fully aligned, but we bring the hands a little bit more into the front. Tuck your toes under if you like to really protect your sensibility of your knees. Now in this position we find our center, we squeeze the forearms together and we squeeze the upper thighs together. So again here, we don't hang and let it be, we're really active into the center. Now we're going to do 3 nice cats and cow. We're going to open the sit bones, release the back and bone, release the lower belly down. Find space between the ribs and the bone of the hips. Open the throat and chest forward into an arched spine. And then as we round the spine, we bring the sit bone back together. We scoop the lower belly in. Glue again the chin towards the chest. Find the power into the lower arms, thumb and the index finger pressing down. The upper thighs also squeezing towards one another. Pressing between the shoulder blades, rounding this back. We do that 2 more times again with the breath, of course. As we breathe in, we arch the spine. As we exhale, round the back. Take a time to really remember bit by bit what's happening in the body, to really feel it like if you were doing this position for the first time. Next time you find an arched spine, press yourself away all the way back into your heels, like if you were going to go into a child pose. Articulate your spine, come back into your tailbone top with a rounded spine. And we do that a few times. You arch your spine, so you open your sit bone, you reach your sit bone towards your heel. You press yourself away from your hands. And then you round your spine and come back into your tabletop position. Exhale as you push back. Inhale as you come back up. And exhale. Finding a flow here in already such a simple movement. The articulation, the availability of every vertebra in your spine. Glue your thumb and your index finger into the floor. Keep the connection between the right and the left arm. Do it one more time. Sit bone going back towards the heels, pressing the index finger down. And then coming back into a tabletop position. From here we tuck our toes under, right and left. We arch slightly the lower back and press the index fingers down so much that the hips are going to go into an easy downward facing dog. Keep both of your knees bent. I will take a moment here first. The body might be still a little fresh and cold. So we take a moment to go through it. We want to find the connection between the upper thigh and the lower arms. Scooping the lower belly and the back bone up. Meaning the space between your floating ribs and your pelvic bone is not too broad, it's quite closing. You push the floor away, the shoulders are rising towards the ears. I know you may have heard that from me for the first time, but I mean it. Bring your shoulders towards your ears, and while staying here, externally rotate your arms. You take 9 more breaths into this position. And as we exhale, bring the knees down to the floor. Bring the hips into one line between the knees and the shoulders. So like a half plank pose. And we're going to lower ourselves all the way down. As much as your lower back allows you today, we're going to inhale into a cobra pose. And exhale, release. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Feel how light you can be with your hands. And how strong you can be with your back. Last cobra, we hold the position of the breath. Maybe the hands are even floating off, thumb connecting with your shoulders for Salambhasana modified. And as we exhale, bring the hands back into the floor, scoop the lower belly under, and then press ourselves in one strong plank back into an easy dog. The knees are still bent. The same flow we're going to modify and do 3 times. So as we inhale, we bring the knees down into the floor and we lower all the way down. Exhale. Inhale, easy cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, easy cobra. Maybe without hand each time. Exhale down. Easy in. Out. Last time. Hands down, pressing back up. Downward facing dog. Easy dog, knees bent. Back into your plank. Knees are coming down. Lowering yourself into the floor. This time we bring the hands into cobra pose. As we inhale, the head comes off the floor and the arms are lengthening in front of us. And exhale, we bring the elbows back towards the waist. Inhale, we lengthen arms forward above the head. And exhale, we bend. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we bend. One last time. Inhale. Maybe you feel already your back muscles becoming strong. Hands into the floor. Pushing back up. Downward facing dog. Last round, kneeling knees down into the floor. Chest forward, elbows staying above, wrists lowering down. Exhale. Cactus arms width through your hands. As we inhale, we lift up, the arms are reaching into the front. And we exhale, elbows are coming back towards the waist. We inhale, the arms are coming into the front, lengthening the spine. Exhale into the waist. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. Last round. Out. And now this time we lengthen the arms above the head and we stay. As we do this, if you want, you can reach your right leg as well off the floor, finding the connection between the right big toe and the index finger of your left hand. And then exhale, right leg goes down. We do the same on the other side, so the right arm will reach up, left leg as well, and then we lengthen and reach. Reach, reach, and release the legs, release the head, down on the shoulders, and push back into a easy downward facing dog. Good. Finding a downward facing dog. You can at that stage lengthen your knees if you like. Remember, we want to push the floor away and find the connection in the center line. So squeeze the lower arms together, and the upper legs as well. Good. We float, we bring the right leg up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. Keep your hips square. And as we exhale, we bring the right knee towards the right elbow and we hold for 5 breaths. As we hear into this challenging posture, think about your strength and your center. Push your hands into the floor and round your upper back. Glue this right heel with your right knee, with your right elbow. We hold for 2 more. 2, and then delicately drop your right foot, the outside of your right hand into the front of your mat. The back heel drop down as well, and we bring the right hand into the right knee for Anjaneyasana. So here it starts. A beginner yogi will hang into the position and enjoy the stretch into the muscles. At our stage now, we really need to build up some strength. So we want to bring the right heel towards the left knee without moving our foot and knee, of course, but find the center and the activity here. The right hand stays on the right knee and you look up towards the ceiling. If you're comfortable here, you can, of course, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Always keeping this activity between the right and the left leg wanting to come towards one another. And just circle the right arm. Drop it back towards your back leg. Drop it down towards the mat. Reach it forward and all the way back up. 3 more times. The legs are staying strong and working hard. The arm is floating light like a feather. Excellent. Then we meet with the right arm going up towards the ceiling in this twist. We press the left hand into the floor. We tuck the left toes under. And we lengthen our back knee off the floor. Twisted lunge. Here again, we're not hanging. We are holding from the center, from your bekkenbone, or Mula Bandha, whatever you like to call it, the center of the body. We hold. As we exhale, we're going to bring the right finger through the front foot and the front arm towards the back leg, lengthening the front leg at the same time. Inhale, we go back into this twisted lunge. Exhale, both legs are lengthening. We bring the right finger towards the left toes, or maybe left shin bone. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more times. Nice and floaty, stretching the fascia of the front body. Exhale, right fingers, maybe even left knee, who knows? One more time. We made up into this twisting lunge. And we exhale and release the right hand into the floor. So both hands on the inner part of the right foot. We're going to drop the back heel into the floor.
Make sure you have a certain contact with your right arm and the lower leg of the right leg. Then bring your left hand into your hips for a twist, opening towards the left. Option to stay here and again to concentrate on finding the strength into your leg. So lengthening your back knee, pressing the outer edge of your left foot down, lifting through your center so we don't hang with the upper body on the right leg. We are actively pressing the floor away with the right hand. Option to lengthen your left arm up towards the ceiling or even far forward towards the front of the mat. Palm of your hands towards the floor. Good. We look down towards the floor. Bring the right elbow to the right knee. Take a breath here. And push up into warrior two. One more breath. Reverse to warrior. You can lengthen your right knee slightly if your right leg starts to bend. The left arm goes towards the left leg and we tilt towards the back body, the back space. Good. Bending the right knee again, we're going to float. Arms going all the way back towards the front, right elbow to the knee if you want. And then all the way towards the back. If you like, you can keep your arms floating as your body goes towards the front into the diagonal. And your body goes back. The front knee though is not moving, the legs are strong. One more time, tilting towards the front, opening towards the back. And then we circle the arms this time, both hands coming on the inner part of your right foot, back heel lifting up, back knee dropping down. Ardha Hanumasana, we are lengthening the front leg. So this is a tricky one. You can adjust your hands, of course. Most time we are taught, myself included, to lengthen to the maximum hamstring, so to lengthen your right knee, press your heel into the floor, which is not wrong, it's absolutely correct. Now for today, for the purpose of the theme of the class, we're going to bend the right knee just enough so that you can have a feeling you want to bend your leg, you want to push your heel into the floor. And like if you wanted to really bring your right leg into the back, we're not doing that, we're keeping the foot where it is, but we actively activate those hamstrings. So we're not anymore into a stretching position, but we're into a strengthening position. Give it a try. And suddenly you don't want to stay here too long because it becomes really quickly intense. One more time. And exhale, lengthen your right knee. Drop your left hand into the floor, release your toes into the back, and then swipe, stand this front leg into the back. For a modified side plank. So the right foot goes down, the right arm goes up. Now we're going to lift the right leg off the floor. Scoop the lower belly in and hold. One more breath. And then we're going to drop the right foot into the floor. And find a connection between the left knee and the right knee. Glue the knees together. And release down. And again, glue the knees together. And release down. 2 more times. Knees together. Release down. Last time. Knees together. Release down. Bring both hands into the floor. Both knees as well. Find your downward facing dog. Deep breath. Good. Same thing to the other side. Feet together, we lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, the left knee comes towards the left elbow. We hold 5 breaths. Glue your upper thigh towards your chest. If it's not at the elbow, then it's be under the shoulder. We hold for 2, for 1, and then we drop the left foot delicately into the floor, dropping the right knee down as well. The right hand stays down. We open first, maybe with your left hand onto your knee, twisting shoulders towards the left, and think about your legs. So bring the legs towards the center. Once the spine is long and slightly twisted, you can, if you like, open your left arm up towards the ceiling. Strong legs. Then start circling your left arm, dropping your left arm towards the back, down towards the mat, all the way forward and all the way back. One more circle. And then reach your arms all the way back. Take your back toes under, press your right hand into the floor, and then lengthen this right knee off the floor. Twisting lunge. Keep always a nice connection between your ribs and your pelvis, so you're not overarching, you're twisting from your center. Good. Upper arm, inhale, and reaches the right knee behind us. Exhale. Inhale back into the lunge. Exhale, lengthening both legs. Maybe even looking into your right armpit. Inhale up. And exhale. One last time. As we inhale, we find back our lunge position. We drop the left hand into the floor and drop the right heel down. Glue the left arm and the left lower leg together. Open the right hand towards the hips first. Find the strength into your legs. Right shoulder resting up from your center, from your core. You twist up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or to lift your right arm up or even all the way forward. Of course, it is easier for me, especially when I'm over bendy, to hang into the position. Absolutely unnecessary and not really healthy for my joints. So I'm bringing my foot towards one another, lengthening my back knee, and making sure that I'm actively pressing the floor away. Look down towards the floor. Option to bring your left elbow towards your left knee to help you all the way come up to your warrior 2 position, looking towards the left. For a breath. Five, inhale, reverse warrior. Option to lengthen the front leg if it burns. We hold for 3 breaths. Lifting from your center up. And we float, bending the front knee again. Inhale, tilting the body into the diagonal. And exhale, reverse. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. Inhale, warrior 2. Left elbow onto the knee. Right arm going all the way down to the floor. Both hands into the floor. Back heel off the floor. Knee into the mat. And we exhale into an Ardha Hanumasana. Modified for today. So the left knee stays bent. The back is as straight as we can have it. And we try to bend the knee through the floor into the mat. So we bring the heel towards your sit bone. It's something like maybe 20 degrees of flexion into my left knee. And we concentrate on feeling the back of our legs. Often the yogis have a very flexible and a very open back chain of the body, the back muscles through all those downward facing dog and forward fold, but they're not very strong. So this is what we're doing, strengthening the back body. Essential, by the way, for the stability of your knees, for example. Good. Releasing the position right and into the floor for modified side plank. So the front leg goes back. We readjust, realign, bring the left arm up and maybe the left leg up as well. Knee is flexed. Toes are flexed, knee is stretched. So we drop the left foot flat into the floor. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the right knee towards the left one. And release down. And inhale, up. Exhale down. Inhale, up. Down. 2 more times. Up. Release. One last. Release. Excellent. Both arms go down into the floor. Both knees as well. And we take a moment into a child pose. If it's accessible for your knees, if you rather sit on your buttocks and hang forward, that's obviously okay. Good. So that's when the practice starts to take a different turn. Grab your blocks. First grab one block to be more exact. And we're going to lie down onto our backs. So, grabbing the blocks with us. So we're going to take a moment, maybe actually drop your block on the floor, to bring the hands onto the pelvis. So you have those 2 bones in the front, which are called the axis, and you have your pubic bone, which is much lower. And those 3 rising bones should be on one line. So if you tuck your pelvis backwards and glue your vertebrae to the floor, your pubic bone will be higher, right? So we want to align them. So automatically, as they end up being straight, the same way they would be if you're standing, there will be a little bit of an arch into your lower spine. Your natural lordosis. Okay. So now, with a little bit of imagination, you can imagine you have a nice champagne glass here onto your lower belly. And it should not go to waste. So this is staying exactly the way it is. Go with me. Bring your block between your knees. Very aware of this lower part of your belly. Scoop your sit bones together without changing the lower belly and lift your backbone. So the sit bones and the inner organs are lifting up. Arms are going up towards the ceiling. As we inhale, without changing the lower belly, reach the hands towards the block and grab the block. Watch out, automatically we want to tuck under because that's what we want to do. The iliopsoas are very strong muscles. The lower belly are very weak often. So you are paying attention to this champagne glass, grabbing the block. Bring the block behind your head without overstretch, so the ribs are staying connected with the axis. And then we bring the block back between the knees. Lift the head up, maybe shoulders and scapula as well. Glue it, squeeze it between the knees, and release down. This we do 5 times. Steady and very strong into your lower belly. Backbone up, reach for the block. Up. You can use your eyes to really give yourself a correction. Block towards the back. Block towards the between the knees again. Lift your head and shoulders up. Squeeze it with your knees. And release down. 2. Again. You grab this block. Think about your lower part. Everything which is happening around it is not so important. Really want to have a certain sensation and awareness for your backbone and your lower abdominals. Reach the back. One last time. As we become very bendy in our practice, it is very easy to lose the connection between the ribs and the pelvis as well in this exercise. No. You want to keep it together. It's a little frustrating because suddenly your range of motion is not as impressive as it used to be. But your body will thank you later. Right, one last time. Up, back between the knees. And release. Alright, you can get the block away. Take a little moment to drop the knees from one side to the other. But that was number one. Obviously, if you want to pause the video and do that longer, feel free. Now, we're going to bring the blocks between the knee where it used to be, lifting the feet away and bring the calf parallel to the floor. So, I trust myself to give you this exercise because I'm aware that you have a strong body awareness. I will not teach that to anybody because it's very easy now to lose fully the control of the lower belly and fall into a lordoz and therefore damage our lower back. Not doing that. We're keeping this champagne glass into the floor, so maybe this is already challenging enough because we've used to practice it, the lower back glued into the floor. Now, today, we find this natural curve into the back, therefore strengthening really deep muscles into our spine, into our core. Maybe this is just enough for you today and you want to stay there. If the knees are above the hips and you're squeezing the block together, keeping the gentle lordoz into the spine and the three bones in one line, parallel to the floor, this is challenging. If you want a little bit more for later, you can, while keeping this position, lower your heels towards the mat, knees staying bent, and bring them back up. 5 times. So this is, of course, not about speed, but about precision. And building this deep strength. Don't lose it. Don't go into an open arch spine. Stay into the neutral spine. One more. Ooh, if you do it right, it's quickly burning that. Alright, block to the side. Take a moment. So that was mainly for the deep core muscles. Now we're going to strengthen the back of the legs, gluteus and hamstrings, into the bridge position. So we stay fidel to our yoga practice. We bring the heels towards the sit bones. Good. And then we're going to lift the buttocks off the floor. As we here, make sure your heart values or your neck is staying neutral. So we are not gluing the neck into the mat. We're keeping here again space between the skin of your neck and the mat. To do that, you can also think about reaching your knees towards the front of your mat a bit to get the weight away from your shoulders. And easily we roll down. You can repeat that a few times or spice it up. Reach the pelvis back up. So the knees are pointing into forward like somebody was pulling you towards the front of your mat. Wiggle your right foot a little bit more towards the middle of your mat. Press your right heel into the floor strongly. Without letting your hips move, reach your left leg off the floor. Woo! And we stay, we hold. For 3, 2, 1. We lower the hips a few millimeters down and push them all the way back up. That's when it becomes fun. 5 times. Lower down. Push back up. 2. And push up. 3. And burn into this glute. 4. Last time. 5. Fantastic. Dropping the left foot into the floor. Pushing the hips one last time. High. And lowering back down. Good. Feels great, isn't it? Last round on the other side. Back into our bridge pose. Wiggle the left foot maybe a little bit more towards the center. Stabilize your hip. Don't let your right hip drop and rise your right foot high. We hold first. Think about the freedom of your neck. And lower the hips a few millimeters. Press them high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right foot into the floor. Hips higher. Inhale. And lower down. Exhale. Great job. Bringing your knees towards your chest and relax. If you feel your lower back more than your buttocks, bring the body weight even more into your feet when you do this exercise. You should not feel your lower back. All right, here we have it, exercise number 2. Now we go to the third exercise. Now is the time when you may have to play with your blocks. We need 2 blocks for this one. So we bring the blocks towards the hips. We stretch the legs into the front, like Paschimottanasana, and bring the hands onto the blocks. Very simply, explained at least, press your hands into the blocks and lift your pelvis up. We hold 1, 2, 3, and release. That's just it. Again. 1, 2, 3, and release. Good. If you're easy into this position, you can spice it up. Once you're up, you reach your right leg 3 times. To the right and back to center. To the right, back to center. To the right, back to center. Lowering down. Of course with a straight knee. Again, lifting up. Left leg to the left. Center. 2, 3. And lower down. Last round, right and left, pushing up, come with me, 1, and 2, and 3, and back to center. Remember, we need this strength to get older, wiser, and especially stay healthy. And left, 1, and 2, 3, back to center, and release. Well done. And shake your legs a little bit, shake your arms. 1 block you can push away, we don't need it anymore. The other one we keep. And we come back into this tabletop position. Bring the block between the legs. So, we squeeze it nice and strong. This we probably did already together. There's nothing much new. We're just going to tap the toes under. Doesn't mean it becomes easier. We're pressing the index finger and the thumb into the floor, stretching the elbows, squeezing the thighs against the block. So while you do that, it activates your back and bone, your lower belly. And then we lift knees a few millimeters off the floor. We hold. For 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Good. Come up, shake up your wrists. The same we're going to do into a plank pose, keeping the blocks between your legs. So we walk the hands a little further forward, tug the toes under, squeeze the block, and lift the knees up. Watch out, the popo is not coming up. We're tucking this pelvis in, squeezing the blocks with both hands, and pushing the floor away. And we'll hold that as well for 10 breaths. For 1, 2. I know it's challenging, but it's so good for us. For 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, knees on the floor. Release. Shake your wrist. Breathe deeply. So there's an option to repeat that again, or for 10 seconds to spice your plank a little bit up. Both are excellent. Alright, hands into the floor, back into our plank pose. Good, so you can repeat holding the plank the way it is, or you can try to lift while squeezing the block. Right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right foot on the floor, lifting the left leg up, squeezing the block. 1, without wiggling too much. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now listen, right foot up. Most of your fingers of your left hand up as well. I will keep the 3 fingers on the floor just to make sure you don't fall. 2, and switch. Left leg up, few fingers of your right hand on the floor. Woo! And we hold. Hold, hand to the floor, feet into the floor, release the block. And relax. Alright. Knees dropping a bit from right to left. Obviously, I go from one strength side to the other very quickly, but you're welcome to keep doing them a little longer. Alright, there's one more I want to do with you guys, which is a little bit more exotic from our yoga practice. We're going to bring our block onto the mat, stand up, and stand onto the block. So I have the wall here. Feel free to grab a wall or something you can feel stable on. So it's not about Gleichgewicht, balance, it's about strength. Right, we step onto the block and we're going to keep both legs straight. What we're going to do, we're going to drop the right leg towards the floor. So drop the right pelvis and then from the strength of the left side, lift the leg up. It's very important to keep your knees straight. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. So you will feel, maybe at some point, your left glute and the right side, your quadratus lumborum, working. Very healthy exercise for your hips. Therefore, if your hips are stable, so are your knees and ankle. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. And this you can repeat quite a moment before, at least, before you start feeling something. Good. Now find your neutral pelvis again, both hips at the same level. And we're going to just let the right leg cross. Without wiggling everywhere, there's a strong and centered. And we circle right leg around. Maybe it burns into the left hip. I hope so. Right. And I release. Shake it up. Good. On the other side, right foot on the block. Secure somewhere on the block, on the wall. And then we drop the left hip down. And we lift from the side body, the hip up. So just to make sure we're not moving with the shoulders. This is only happening in the pelvis. Up and up. Up and up. That's it. Drop and up. Drop and up. Drop and up. Drop and up. And again. Good. Good training for Bollywood days. Good. We find the stability in the hips on one side and then we circle without moving and disturbing the right leg. Left one around. Good. Very stable from your center. Long, strong and compact. And the left leg on the other hand is free, loose, relaxed. Go ahead and starts to burn, then do 2 more 3 rounds just to make sure you create some endurance into those muscles. Woo! And then you release. Very nice. That was it, so to say, for the strength part of our practice. Now we're going to come at the end of our yoga mat. Release and relax everything before our final relaxation. Drop your head down, roll all the way towards the mat. Walk your hands into your downward facing dog. Open your feet hip distance apart. Breathe into your down dog for 5 breaths. Pressing the floor away, reaching your shoulders towards your ears. Bring your triceps towards the floor. Connecting your floating ribs with your pelvis. And reaching the sit bones away as you press your heels down. Good. And walk the hands towards the feet again, towards the back of the mat. And fold forward. So here a little different than usual. We're going to grab the back of our calf with our hands. So far so good. Keep the knees bent. And we're not going to lengthen the knees. Meaning we're going to pull the calf with our hands up towards our sit bones. As we do this, we bring the sit bones high up towards the ceiling. And pull ourselves even more down. Knees are staying bent. This way, we're not hanging, we're actively stretching. Knees are bent, sit bones wants to go up. We push calf muscles towards the front of the room and up. One more breath. And release. Walking the hands into the front, into the downward facing dog again. For our pigeon pose, so bring the right leg delicately in front, right knee towards the right hand. Use all the props you need to be comfortable in your practice or into this asana at least. Ideally, you want to reach the right hip back, bring the left one forward. Go forward with your arms staying on the tippy top of your fingers. You're activating your lower core, so you're not hanging into your lower back. This is strong. And we're going to bend the right heel towards the buttocks. Lengthen again. Maybe readjust your patella, your knee, your knee side. Bending and stretching your knee. To actively again lengthen the front part of the thigh. Good. Let's do a little bit of hanging and relaxing anyway. Relax your leg, relax your back toes, relax your arms into the floor. And take 8 delicious breaths into a pigeon pose in your favorite position. Help yourself to push yourself up from your arms and hands. Shift your body weight into your right glute and circle the back leg all the way to the front. If your knees need it, lengthen your right leg and cross the left one above. Setting tall for an easy twist. We lengthen from the lower belly up. Grab the leg with the right arm and then twist. Remember, the lower back, everything which is under the belly button stays straight. And above the belly button, we're twisting back. So you have a double spiral. We're not losing all the way into the left. We're keeping left hip reaching towards the front and the left shoulder reaching towards the back. Look into the front of the room. Exhale, release. Great. Shifting your legs behind you, we're going to go into a pigeon pose on the other side. You can transition into a downward facing dog if you like. Just bring your left leg in front. for pigeon. Wiggle yourself around till you find the best position for you. On the fingertips in front of ourselves, not hanging into the lower back, very strong into those ribs and lower belly. We bend the heel towards the buttocks and release. Maybe readjust and continue. Good. One last time before release and relax completely. Arms into the front, upper body dropping down. Hands are coming slowly back. Push yourself away. Delicately shift your body weight into your left side. Circle your back leg into the front. Bring your foot above your left leg or twisted. Asana. Straight spine. Inhale, lengthen. Hug yourself. And as you exhale, find a twist into your spine. Twist starting from the coccyx or at the bottom of your spine, going in one direction to the top of your head, your eyes going into the opposite direction. No tension in your shoulders. Floating breath. Good. Inhale, we look back to the front of the bum. And exhale, release. Excellent. Shifting your pelvis into the center of your mat. Grabbing our knees, lying back into our spine. Right. We're going to finish with a happy baby pose. Flexing the feet. Grabbing the outside of our feet with our hands. Luring the knees under our shoulders. Again here, you can hang here and be passive, or you could press your lower back, your sacrum, thigh spine, into the mat. And you see right away it's a different position. The pelvis is working in a different angle. Taking our time here. Good. Releasing the feet slowly. Closing your knees together. Grabbing both of your knees with your right arm. Keeping your knees close to your chest. Drop your knees towards the right side. Good. You can keep your right hand onto your legs and open your left arm onto the floor behind you. Head towards the left side. Easy twist. Good. Knees going back to center, grabbing your knees with the left arm. Doing the same thing on the other side. Guiding your knees towards the floor, keeping your knees quite high. Dropping your right arm into the floor and turning your head towards the right side. slowly bring your knees back up towards the center and then lengthening your legs down for your final Shavasana. Take a moment to make sure you're extremely comfortable. If you still have your two blocks next to you, it's also sometimes very nice to support the back of the knees with blocks or even better with cushions so it's not so hard. So there's a slight bend into the knees, it's easier on the lower back maybe. Arms are relaxed into the floor and palm of the hands are facing the stars. And then take a moment here to enjoy what just happened. To let the ecstasy and excitation of yourself calm down. The memory of your muscles. Remembering everything we did. Feel your body become heavier and heavier. Stay with your body. And observe the quality of your asana. The quality of your Shavasana to be exact. The more relaxed you manage to be, the better was the practice. Let's say. And the body is tired and only wants to lie still. The mind guides the body through a state of full relaxation. Enjoying this moment for yourself. Choose to stay in your Shavasana or to slowly wake up your body. Join me into a comfortable sitting position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to acknowledge the beauty and the strength of our body. To thank yourself for the dedication, the time, and the effort you put in as always, I thank you so dearly. Namaste. Thank you guys. I hope it was fun. It was for me. All my love from Zurich. Bye bye.